It's always the worry.
My friend was like, I don't see a problem with your dog and she's responding well and all of that. That's because she has the leash. She has the e-collar. She doesn't see the other because I don't have videos of her when she's not
good.
Right.
Of course.
Like, she's
I might move around a little bit, so just be aware.
And like, that's what I
Should be good. My shit's gonna be there too.
Videos.
So.
Right.
Otherwise,
All over the place.
Oh no.
There you go.
we tried to do it. Do you confess already all the mistakes that we probably made?
I did. For penance, you have to do 10.
Is this what this is for?
Just whip yourself.
A little whip. I told the ultimate goal is for her dog to come to us, but Tim is like, well, it's not in a straight line coming to me.
Oh, sure.
I'll have to like.
And there was a couple times.
Okay.
I will have to move to the side to meet her at her, but she will be coming this way.
Yeah.
So that she will be like in a little angle here.
Sure. So that's not uncommon. It's kind of it's still a little bit of apprehension.
Yeah.
So we never move towards the dog. We always let the dog move towards you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have you just show me what you remember. Okay. Don't worry about it. You guys are the first people. You're not gonna be the last people to not practice for a bit and make mistakes. That's what I'm here for.
I walk her.
What's
try
the
to
number?
like get her used to. What is it number?
20. Okay. So walk her to get her used to it for now. Like warm her up, kinda.
Wait.
Wait a moment.
Stop.
So what you have to do here is pull up. On your leash, pull up.
Oh,
Pull straight up. I'm sorry. Stand next to her.
okay.
And then pull up. Tap here, Tim. Tap. Tap. Wait a moment. Let her settle. There, now relax a bit. Wait.
Oh,
So what's happening is,
started to like bark now.
yeah, because she knows what's gonna happen, so she's getting frustrated and she's trying to leave prior. She's trying to beat the punch, right? So we need to settle her down before you actually go into the recall, okay? We're gonna try that again.
Well, I will.
Yeah, what was the number?
16.
Let's go down to 12.
Okay.
And here, Tim, what you're gonna do, let's get that out of her legs. And then, put you in the leash. And we're gonna settle her first. Lightly pull up on your leash. Right? No, yeah, don't put your hands like there you go, right down. One, there you go, good, right? Now you're gonna wait a moment. Okay. Now. There we go. Now here, tap. 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 Backwards. Tap. Backwards. Tap. Right there. Good. Now wait. Tap. Tap. Backwards. Tap. Backwards. Tap. Right there. Tap. Backwards. Tap. Good. Wait. Backwards. Tap. Go to 15. 15. Tap back. Tap. Bump it.
18.
Tap. Bump it. Tap. Bump it.
talked about her getting
No, she's just being a brat. Okay. Good. Just gonna bring the Noche back. Okay. So that spinning around wasn't her in discomfort. That yipping wasn't discomfort. That was all anticipation because she wasn't even feeling it until she went to 33. Okay.
I knew. I was.
Yeah. She was. Oh, there you go. She was frustrated because she knows what's gonna happen. So that's why we worked on the frustration first. It's because you have an anxious, nervous type dog. It's super common when we get these personality types. That's why I always stress the settling them down first before progressing to the actual cue.
Once again, this is the seating area here.
Right. So anywhere in your immediate space,
Okay, stop.
relax. Wait, so you don't want to talk to her. You want to relax. Good. Because the more you talk to her, the more you make her anxious. Okay? So you always want to be calm and relax your tension here. Good. You don't ever want to keep tension and keep her in place. Once you get her still, you relax. Okay? So the more you talk to Noche, the more of a problem she sees, right? Take a step in. Hold her. So you right there. Now wait. Okay, now just relax. Relax. Okay, there you go. Just like this. Okay? So before you're like this. Now you just want to be relaxed, okay? That's the energy you're giving out, right? Whenever you're ready.
Noche, come.
Right?
Come.
Yep,
Come.
good.
Come.
Right there.
Come.
Wait. Wait. Let her settle. Now pray. Very good. Pray. Great. Gonna bring her over. We're gonna do 3 more. They're breaking down, huh, Bill?
I tried.
It's another service that we offer is jabs. Now wait a moment. Right, wait. Let her settle. Right, it's okay. Let her settle. Hold it. Good. Wait. Relax. Hold. Right. Relax. Good.
Noche, come.
There we go, girl.
Come.
Settle. Yeah, stay still. Now pray. So, once you call Noche, and she arrives, you stay still, because you're moving a little bit, her moving. So you stay still, and you let her just relax, and as soon as she sits, add a girl, okay? Break, 2 more. Wait, hold the leash. Wait. Good. Relax. Wait. Wait, yeah. Wait, yep. Wait, good job. Ready?
That a girl. All right about it.
Good. Just want to swap handlers? Hold, right. Let her settle. No. Backwards. Tap. There you go. Right there. Wait. Let her settle. Now praise. Good. We're going to do 2 more and then we'll move on to the next one.
For like frustration.
Want to move in a little bit, Tim? Good. Wait a moment. So when you do the recalls like this, make sure to put gaps between them. Because if it's constant back and forth really fast, that also creates that frustration. Because she's thinking it's going to happen. So then I'll add some like space between the recalls so she doesn't know when it's going to happen, right? So she got frustrated with here. We let it settle. Then she is fine. She got frustrated with you. We let her settle. She's fine, right? The important thing is let the brain settle before you move to the next stage, okay?
You keep saying break though. You say break.
So once you call Noche, right? Here. Once you're done, break.
Okay.
Yeah. So come to me and stay with me until I give you permission. Okay. So I wouldn't call Noche. Noche shouldn't come and then run away again. She should stay with you. Okay.
Noche, come.
Backwards. Back 1, 2, 3. That's good. There you go. And break that girl. Break. Good. Bring it back to Sergio. There you go, let her settle for a second. Wait a moment. Alright, wait, settle a bit. Girl. Good. All right. Go ahead and bring Noche over. I just press big. You didn't press bite? Yeah, there you go. So dogs don't always bark because they're in pain or discomfort. You know, frustrated, anticipating the recall. So, like I remember I had a dog, a German Shepherd, white German Shepherds who are like known for being super neurotic, and it would bark and yelp every time the owner pressed the button. But it would click. It makes a sound click, right? So I told the owner, go to zero. Go to zero. Press the button. The dogs are yelping and barking. I'm like, your dog is playing you with the yelping and barking, right? Because they would keep going lower, and you're like, well, the dog doesn't listen, and they're yelping. I'm like, they're not paying. Your dog is just a jerk. Okay, they're like manipulating you by yelping. You know, it's like a kid crying when they're gonna get spanked or whatever, and then you don't spank them. They learn, oh, if I get away with it, right? Same thing for dogs. So,
Like I said Noche,
so the tap, yeah, the bar came before, yeah. So, otherwise, her speed is good, and she finally was settling faster, right? Because you would wait for her when she was spiraling around to completely settle before you give that praise. So it would encourage the brain to settle quicker.
Just remember we were going back and forth.
Oh, like you're drilling it like that? Yeah. So when we get like an anxious, nervous dog like Noche here, I give that space to let her settle. Good girl. Wait a moment, let her really kind of sink in.
So a couple of times for me, she just waited, so that was fine.
Yeah. So yeah, in the immediate space, right? So I'm not going to be picky about the sitting or laying down right now, but I do just want her in that immediate space, one or the other, right? I wouldn't want her standing, because standing is more likely to preemptively leave or prematurely leave. So the tighter she comes to you, the less likely she is to do that. Okay? Questions about this?
So I don't have to somebody come back. You just settle her down before she goes.
Yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't long. The hardest one was the first one, but you were talking a lot to her, right? And I understand where you're coming from. You wanted to soothe her, but it's energy.
And like the biggest thing is that you heard that yell, right?
The different thing that you did too is when I was over there, you told me to like or something. We kept it at the same amount. So this time we went like about 3.
It's the same number as last time. It's the same thing we did last time. Remember last time she kept rolling on the ground, and then we hit 34, and all of a sudden she was zooming to you? Because the lower numbers aren't enough to motivate her to think, I need to do something to stop you. Okay, so it's counterintuitive. Because you would think, well, you want to keep it lower because you want to make it easier for the dog to do it. But really it makes it harder, because it makes it easier for them to fight against it.
Right.
So, yeah. So here we're at 33? 31. Yeah, we're like right in that range we were at last time. Because she tried the same thing. She was rubbing her neck on the collar. So I liked what you did. You stopped and you said, you know what? And you just started tapping. And you started bumping it. And we did it completely out of the context of the recall until you found the number that made her move to you. And then we said, there we go. That would be your working number. Okay? So I understand why you would operate low as a human, right? But the dogs don't. Their logic isn't human logic. Okay? So that higher number was motivating her to move, and letting her settle and all that stuff, right? Not being just drilling back and forth. And we wouldn't, like, I don't really do this. This is just to teach the exercise. What I would do is take Noche out to the park, tell her break, have her be on the long leash, and then let her be a dog. And I call her off of stuff like rabbits, squirrels, or trees and bushes, and another dog's poop, right? I'm not going back and forth. This is just to teach the exercise. And if it's all you have, then you practice with it. But ideally, I go to the park, Noche break, and just let her be a dog, right? Because what's happening is she knows, oh, when you pull me away, you're gonna call me. That's why she's getting agitated, because she knows what it is. But so when you go into a realistic context, and it's like, okay, Noche, be free, be a dog, and you let her be a dog for 20 minutes before you call her, it's much more organic. You're not gonna get those high stress levels, okay? So, and this isn't permanent. Like in terms of practicing like this, like you want to do it the other way. This is just if you don't have the a distracting environment and you want to practice recall. This is a good way to force it. Whereas if you have a park nearby where Noche would be loose and free, then I would use that to my advantage. Okay? Questions? Yep.
I do. Okay. It actually has to do with the overall process. Okay. So So when we walked her, she's fine. I think I pressed once and it's like a mile there and she stopped, she snapped, she did everything she was supposed to do. Then, but I noticed when we were practicing that we could walk her without this and she would do what she's supposed to do. Is that what the whole thing is to get her to get that drilled into her that this is what you do?
You guys drive?
Drive?
You drive?
Yeah.
You drive on the expressway?
Yeah.
You go the speed limit?
No.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
No, he said no. He already talked to me.
So, why?
There's no cops around.
There's no cops around, right? Because we went over this in the consultation. It happens to everybody.
Yeah.
I always say in the consultation, it always comes up as a question, okay? You have this when you need it. Okay, so imagine you have Noche without the collar because she walks great and all that stuff, right? Let's say that does happen. But let's say you take her to the park and someone decides to set off a firework. Now we're gonna do, right? Like if you don't have it, you're stuck. And this actually happened to me. I was walking my dogs in Logan Square, 6 o'clock, and somebody just throws up a firework right here. Like it's happened to me at least 3 times in Logan Square, right? Now my dogs are on a leash because we're just going for a walk, but I'm like, man, like this is why I always have, like if they're gonna go off leash, I always have the e-collar. Or like, and I was like pissed too because I was like, man, I wish I would have had the e-collar right now because now she wanted to pull all the way home, and I was like a mile away from home, but she was in flight mode because she was scared of the fireworks, right? So until we got home, she's like, I'm gonna pull, okay? So I wasn't mad at her, but I was pissed at the person because I'm like, well, now you screwed up my whole walk. But that's why, right? So it's like you have it, you're not you, like you said, it's one tap and she's great, that's awesome. And it's to get even better than that, where it's like one tap once every 6 months, you know? It's more infrequent.
Okay, and then in her head too, she's going to associate walking.
But you saw the other dog at the park.
Yeah, that's right.
That's actually the association would be that you can play with the thing.
Yeah, now do you take her to the dog park and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah? With the collar on?
We have done it a couple of times.
Okay, like that's something I would encourage. Because she's gonna now relate that collar or walk, go to the dog park, run and play. You know, so it's not constant discipline.
Well, after we finished our walk, we went to the park with the other dogs.
Sure.
And then we went to
Yeah. Does she play fetch?
sort.
Yeah.
So you could walk, play fetch for a bit, you know, walk over to the dog park, walk over to the dog beach. You know, like this is, I'm not trying to create a robot.
Yeah.
I just want a dog that the more control you have, the more you can do with her. Right? So like I can take my dogs anywhere with the e-collars on. I don't need a fence. They're not gonna run away. And if something happens, like a firework, I can make them come back. I'm not worried about that stuff. So they have a lot more freedom because of this tool. You know, control is meant to give you, control is meant for the fact of more exposure. So I get clients that don't take their dogs anywhere because they're so reactive. And they do this, and they're like, I take my dogs out to restaurant patios, I take my dogs out for long walks along the lakefront, like all these things. I go hiking with my dog now because the reactivity's gone, they have the control, they're not worried about the dog running away, so they're able to do so much more.
So it's like an emergency switch.
Yeah, like right now you're doing all the work, right? So that you have like the obedience, but you're not really, like you said, you walk for a mile and maybe there's one tap, right? And you keep practicing it and you may get to the point where there's no taps. But it's present just in case something happens, okay? Like that's how I look at it. Now, I do get clients that don't practice, like they wait for the extreme always. They wait for the dog to always be pulling, they wait for the dog to be bark, 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 lunging, right? Before they use it, that's forever then. Because they're using it only when they need it, when it's an extreme, as opposed to all the precursor work so that we don't even see those behaviors. Okay?
Well, I think we've been good about that because if she starts the lag or something.
Yeah. Like I saw Sergio when he was walking the other day, it was all great. It's awesome. It's good stuff. Okay? But now as we teach new things for this kind of personality, she's gonna get edgy in the beginning because it's something new that she has to figure out. And she's like, I don't know what I'm doing, right? And that's why we're here, we practice and we train. If you'd like, you can add food to it. I think you already tried that, but she wouldn't take it, right?
It doesn't take food when she's in the car.
When she's stressed? Yeah. Okay. So then I just keep practicing it, keep using it, live life normally, go to the dog park, do all that stuff so that she gets used to it, okay?
Okay, and I was making this thing way too high.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I'm here for.
So what's next for the after the we do this?
Right, so there's another step to this, okay? So if you call Noche and she comes to you, and she's here, right? If you do this, what should Noche do?
Come with you?
Follow. Because this is come to me and stay with me. Okay, so that's very common that someone would think if the dog comes, they should sit still. I call them and they glue to me until I say break. Okay, so it's kind of like heel. Walk with me, stay with me, sit when I stop. Come when called is come to me, sit, whatever, when you arrive, and then stick with me. Okay, and that's what we're gonna work on. The reason why we do this exercise is one, it really, it helps prevent premature breaking. So if you call her away from a dog at the dog park, she shouldn't run back to the dog. She should stay with you. So you can leash her up and you can leave, okay? But also, it allows us to potentially force the mistake of confusing Noche, where she might try to run away. So if that happens, we can clarify for her, you never run away from the collar, you always run to me, okay? Questions? Who's gonna go first? Alrighty, so go ahead and take the end of your long leash. Everything's gonna look the same, but I'll coach you through it, okay?
Wait, we have to get her out of the long leash?
Right, and relax, Sergio. There you go. And wait a moment, right? What's the number right now? 1031? Okay. We'll leave it there for now. Right, so go ahead and just call Noche.
Noche, come.
Good. Add a girl, good girl, good girl. Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. You're fine. So what you're going to do here, if you're going to pray, is go ahead and shorten your leash a little bit. Yeah, stand where you're at. Keep shortening. Keep shortening. That's good right there. Okay. Go ahead and take 2 steps backwards. 1, 2, tap. Let's go down. Let's go down to 22. Good. Take 2 steps backwards again. 1, 2. Wait. Good girl. Good girl.
She's good about herself?
Yep. Do 2 steps to your right. 1, 2. Perfect. Wait right there. And praise. Good girl. Good. And break. Good. Just finger back. Let's try again. How bad is it?
Huh?
Is it a lot?
It's not that bad unless there's the cicadas and everything, or like a helicopter going by, because it's everything at once.
All right. Just head back one. Try to pitch it to him.
Huh?
Try to pitch it to him like I'll show you this picture. Here, wait a moment. Let her saddle.
$20.
Let her saddle. Alright, let her saddle. Alright, wait it out. Wait it out. Keep your arm relaxed. Arm relaxed. Good. Good. Go ahead and leave your leash how it is. Just flag it. To your right. Tap. Backwards 2 steps. Backwards again. Right. Let her settle. Praise. Good. Break. Good. Back. Oh, the tap dancer. I saw him by himself too one day.
Oh, really?
On his little board. Go ahead and move forward a bit, Tim. A little bit more. There we go. Wait a moment. That's fine. Good. When you're ready to. Good. Backwards. To your left. Very good. Good. Break. Let's go and swap. I'm going to do the last so we don't get her so frustrated. So instead of doing 5, we're doing 3. Let her settle.
Noche, come. Come.
Good. Good. Right. Good. To your right. Very good. And then backwards again. Very good. Now try this, Sergio. Leave your leash like it is and say heel and walk forward.
Heel.
Forward.
Heel.
Just walk forward. Go to a stop. So she jumped ahead, she ran to Tim there. Do you guys walk from right or left?
Left.
Okay, so she's on the wrong side.
She walked without the leash.
The other day?
No, right now.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll position myself on the side. She can be on my left.
Have her come to you and you can always just adjust to her. Okay. So technically, like, it doesn't really matter where she lands, but you can always adjust and move so that she's on your left side, okay? She should be fine. Go ahead, call her.
Noche, come. Noche, come.
Back.
Noche, come.
Go back.
Come.
Yeah, there she goes.
Come, come.
Right, let her settle. Let her settle. Good. bad? Right. Good. Right. Good. Now here, let her settle. Right. So stand still. So you keep moving. There. Okay. Heel. Forward. Now slow down here. Slow. Stop. Good. Break. Back to Tim.
Break.
We'll do one more.
I was walking with them on the music. Noche, come. Come. Noche, come.
There you go. And a girl. Good girl. Step on your leash. Tap, 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 tap. Good. You're good. Wait right there. Good. Now stand still. You're doing fine. There we go. Now to your right. Right, good girl. Wait it out. Good, now backwards. Girl. Good. Heel.
Heel.
And slow. And stop. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore that for now. Okay, that's just to give you a glimpse of what you can achieve. Okay, so this tool gets you off. So I'm gonna tap it there for her because of the frustration. But that's the next step. Okay, so recall, like with the heel, we did 2 parts, right? We did the first class back and forth, and the next class was heel. The turns, right? This first class was teaching how to move with the e-collar. Now it's when I call you, stay with me, right? So when you practice this, every now and then throw in a side step, okay? Now there was one where she ran away. That's why we also do this. I think I mentioned it earlier. At some point she's gonna get confused, she's gonna run away, and you wanna teach her, you never run away, you always come to me, okay? So or stepping on it.
What's your mind of it?
Yeah, because if you tap like, because right now she's not 100%. She's trying to still figure things out. That you need a little bit of guidance in the beginning because we have it. Because once she's fully off leash, you're no longer going to have that leash anymore. You want to know that you've already worked through all these issues, and it's the same issue for everybody.
You didn't get the practice.
Oh, yeah. Good for her.
like, you know, they're walking by herself.
Right. And it's just say heel one and get your button ready. Always have your button ready. Okay. And
One. During the day, you're gonna feel it. Well, I'm back to the house now until November 8th.
oh really?
Yeah, I got home now. So go back to the field.
Back. Good. That's fine. And then heel. Yep, heel. Drop your leash. There you go. Yeah. Girl. So, because of the tool that we're using, from day one, you were already training her to be off leash. It's just a matter of practicing enough to get there. And we do the leash like this. So let's say you want to practice with this, right? You go to the park, come, heel, and then when you do the heel, practice some of your turns, right? Practice the pivot. It's the same stuff, but now she has a 30-foot leash. If she gets confused and starts to go off, step on the leash, right? Make her come back. Or if you want, you can also hold the end of the long leash.
I mean, this is a bigger part than we go to. So, it's not gonna go far.
So, Noche, right? And then the long leash over here on your right side. So you make a really big U. Okay? So in case she does make a mistake, you're not worried about is she gonna run away. Okay? And then tapping and always keep moving to make Noche return. People always stop. Don't stop. Keep moving, make her return. Okay? And this proves your obedience. Because again, she's gonna make mistakes. And you wanna do it now while she's on the long leash so that we don't lose her when she's off leash and something happens. Okay? So for this week practice, recall, add in the side steps here and there. If I practice on myself,
You get to use to both of us doing it because you're going to walk around the walker. So both hands like this.
yeah, for sure. Okay, questions? All right, so
Now
good
you're
job.
going to do the other.
We don't have to do that. Yeah, that was like
You have to worry about this part.
Yeah.
I cannot do that. It's like, I don't think that's...
She's good. Like, if you need to shorten it, I would do it preemptively, you know, like cut the distance a bit. But she's doing the recalls really well. She wasn't making mistakes or like overshooting it. She was doing really good. It's really just like containing her because of the frustration. Okay? Okay. Awesome. Good work, guys. Great. If you have any questions, you let us know. Otherwise, we'll see you in a week. And don't forget your thing.
no, I can't leave without. And she's on the new dog food now.
Okay. That's
Yeah, and she really likes it. And picking up after her is a lot easier.
excellent. Excellent. Very good.